do you make of this?
Well, I was just describing the facts. You had a group of people who were going to try to join with Democrats to impeach President Trump. And
exactly.
That's precisely what has played out. You mentioned he's in line to be speaker. I mean, I don't know that Keven
McCarthy's
McCarthy's
a
in line
traitor.
To be speaker. I don't know if the guy could get an account on Truth Social at this point based on the inconsistency between the recordings and what he says to us. And
we got to throw him out.
To give this guy a standing ovation after he smears Trump, lies to the country, and then tries to sick big tech and the DOJ on members of Congress whose
we got to get rid of McCarthy.
Factual representations are ultimately borne out. And the crazy thing about this, Tucker, is that it was all done for the sake of protecting Liz Cheney.
Oh my God. Oh my God, here we go, the old establishment. That bitch is a witch. She should get on a broom and fly. Oh my God, well that tells you everything.
Now finally, you don't have to be a lobbyist with a $5,000 check to know what Kevin McCarthy and Steve Scalise really think. You know, I was upfront about the fact that I was going to politically oppose Liz Cheney. I went to Wyoming, I made my case there. This notion that you can have these sniveling calls and try to foment action against Republicans by big tech and the DOJ is not fitting of leadership.
Well, that is backstabbing, cheating ass shit. They're scared of Donald Trump. Exactly.
Then he's criticize you of committing an illegal act of violence, as Steve Scalise did. Now you saw Scalise today. Did he apologize to you for that?
He said he was sorry if it caused me any problems. But what I say to Steve Scalise is that if you accuse someone of potentially breaking the law, and by the way, he wasn't reacting to something, he raised the prospect of the illegality of my statement that Liz Cheney was anti-Trump. I know I really went out on a limb there, Tucker.
Everyone knows that.
You have to say what law you think they broke, and you have to present what evidence you have. And if there is no evidence, you need to acknowledge that. And if not, then you're like maintaining this fiction for the sake of your own pride, and that's not what leaders do.
But what you're doing is reading the other side's script. I mean, listen to these guys.
Exactly. They're both sides of the same freaking coin. Evil.
That's a crime. We should boot him off. We should censor him.
That's just to slow him down and throw him under the bus. Exactly.
Disagreement as a criminal act.
They're scared of Donald Trump.
How are these not liberals? That's what liberals say. Like, what is this?
Well, you see, I will be the one criticized because people will say this is divisive. We should be unified against the Democrats.
Screw that.
The problem is the Democrats win if Republicans take power and then think and talk and behave just like the
Democrats.
So
exactly.
I'm presenting an alternative vision, and it would be nice if the leadership wasn't the lagging indicator on these things. They were the last ones to realize that Liz Cheney should have been tossed out of leadership. I was out there making the case, and ultimately they caught up. But leaders lead from the front. They're not the lagging indicator.
Yeah, you just feel sorry for Republican voters. I mean,
McCarthy's got to go. McCarthy is two sides of the evil coin.
And the guy who's supposed to lead them to freedom sounds like a Joy Reid staff.
Exactly.
It's very distressing. And
I'm glad this is coming out in the open.
I appreciate you coming on tonight.